All right, guys, welcome. RLCS is no more in 2023. We're going to be doing an RLCS season in 2024 at some point. Psyonix, they just announced that this offseason will go into 2024. No specific date for the start of that RLCS season, but there is a bunch of community events during this fall split, we'll call it, for the offseason. So we'll break it all down. We'll talk about the impact on orgs, the impact on pretty much the esport entirely, and we'll talk about all that stuff. So let's get right into it. First off, it's been just over a month, yada yada, around 2023 RLCS season. In the coming months, we'll have information on the 2024 return of the RLCS. Right there, paragraph number 2, line 1, RLCS not back until 2024. Sorry if I look a little sweaty or red. I was outside doing work, and then I saw that this was posted, so I figured, let's get a video up. So, we have CRL. That will return in the fall. So, you still have that with the league play and all that stuff. I believe the playoffs were scrapped, if I'm not mistaken. Or at least part of the playoffs were scrapped. I can't remember exactly the full details, but that's for CRR purposes. We're focused more on RLCS and what community events are coming down the pipeline here. We'll link this in the description below as well. So community tournaments, basically, there's a full list. There's a bunch of them, so let's get right through it. First off, we got Salt Mine 3, 1v1s in North America, South America, Europe, and MENA. So that'll be taking place. There are 2 1v1 tournaments. One for the East and South American players, and then one for European servers with Middle East players as well. Then you got the Draw Season 2, North America. They have 4 events coming out, so 3v3 North America. Here's where you'll see probably teams try out different combinations of rosters, or maybe, you'll get a sneak peek into what those rosters are going into RLCS 2024. Very likely, I would assume, the good players are going to play in these because, again, there's not a lot going on in the off-season, so you would expect them to play. So 4 events with a prize pool of $14,000 each. So I would expect these to pop off a bit more than usual because, again, it's the off-season. So that's pretty good. Then we got the Women's Radiant Star Chasers Showdown, 3v3 for North America and Europe. $30,000 prize pool. I'm not sure if it's 2 $30,000 prize pools or 1. It looks like just 1, but so that's great for the women who are competing in the Rocket League space. They get $30K for their efforts. Then we got OCE has a 3v3, the Gauntlet. 3v3s, $30,000 as well. So OCE will have a tournament. It's a tournament series for Oceania where teams earn points and prizes throughout weekly single elim brackets, and then there's 6 weeks of that, and then it goes into a top 8 final. So you'll get a lot of events, and I do like that type of format of instead of making the tournament smaller prize pool, make it like a point-based system. Put it all at the end. It makes players play throughout the entire thing, so you'll get to see a lot of 3v3 OCE action there. Regional Rumble, don't tease me. Don't tease me, APL. The Asia Pro League is put on a series of 15 smaller tournaments across APAC, MENA, and SSA with a total prize pool of $24,000. These tournaments will feed into 3 larger tournaments where all 3 regions will compete for the share of additional $50K. So a bunch going on there with MENA, APAC, and SSA. Again, a lot of small tournaments leading into big tournaments. It seems to be the trend for a lot of these community events. So gotta love to see that. Then you got Bandits on Wheels Fall Showdown. 3v3 once again for North America. Put on 6 events from October through December with $7,000 per event on the line. And each of these events will have a home qualifier, lead to a 16-team main event, yada, yada, yada. So 6 events, $7,000, $42,000 total there for Bandits on Wheels. I think I would prefer to have more of the prize pool be culminated at the end, but I still like, hey, more events to see 3v3 North American action. So far, we've seen North America, we've seen women, we've seen OCE, we've seen MENA, APAC, and SSA. We haven't heard from Europe just yet, but we'll get there. South America coming in right here as well. Rocket Street is putting on 3 separate events. Best team went through one last stage to claim the title of LATAM champion. I assume there's prize money involved there, but they didn't announce it here. Then we got the flip and spin. So here's where the 3v3 Europeans come in. Flip and spin begins with 2 open qualifiers, with the winner of each qualifying for the main event. Main event will feature 8 total teams, 2 from qualifiers, and 6 directly invited. Battle in a single elim bracket, live and on land at Paris Games Week. So there's a little bit of a twist there. Prize pool not announced here as well. I don't know if I like the idea of 6 direct invites. I'd rather maybe like 4 and get a couple more teams out of these qualifiers, but still cool to see. There will be a LAN at Paris Games Week, so you can check that out, 3v3 European style. More European action with the Rendezvous Rocket Baguette. 14 online weeklies that happen every Thursday from September 28th to December 28th. Format is simple. All teams play in a giant single elim bracket. Each weekly tournament has a prize pool of $2,100. So not a huge prize pool, but I feel like in Europe, teams usually show up for things like this. We'll see if that's enough to have the bigger names show up, because like $2,100 for just one team to win might not be a lot, or at least I would assume that's only for first place. It might be for more than that. The one nice thing for pro players and stuff like that is single elim brackets is more beneficial for your time for pros, because obviously you don't have to worry about like a double elim lower bracket run and all of that. So that is a good sign for maybe some pros will sign for that. Again, I would rather it be more of a points-based system, bringing into more of a larger prize pool near the end. I think that would get probably more pros to come out at least more often. But still a lot of European action, so that'll be every Thursday. So not a lot of weekend events, it looks like. Rendezvous, Rocket Baguette's Twitter. Honestly, like I'm going to probably contact Rocket Baguette, see if I can get an English stream of these going at some point. Because if they're on Thursday during the day, I'm free. So Rocket Baguette, call me, baby. Let's do it. So we got that. We got the flip and spin 3v3 European land. Then we have a bunch of other 3v3s North America. And for pretty much every single region is here in some form. A lot of them are doing smaller events leading to bigger events. Some are just doing a bunch of smaller events with a prize pool. It'll definitely be a case of seeing where these players go, what types of rosters are going to form each week. We'll probably have to give an update almost weekly on what happened that week in terms of these smaller tournaments that are run through the community. One thing to note, I think pretty much all of this, a lot of this, it seems like it's not through the official Twitch channels of Rocket League Esports. So I think a lot of it's going to be done on other channels. So you'll definitely have to be hunting down through Liquipedia and all of that stuff. Maybe we'll try and do a recap video each week and then what's coming up that week and give out some links in some YouTube videos so you guys can figure out what's going on. But in terms of RLCS purposes, let's just chat here real quick. I don't really want to do cam only because I'm kind of sweaty. I was shoveling rocks into a wheelbarrow and moving them. So fun, but we're going to do it anyway. Oof, look at me. Oof. Anyway, RLCS not coming back to 2024. We'll see what that means for the esport in general. I think for orgs, it's going to be interesting because depending on how long that season is, right? We don't know. Of like, how do orgs make their contracts? We talked about this a couple videos back of like, teams probably are not going to form until they know when the new RLCS season begins. And honestly, from everything we're seeing here, it looks like I don't understand why orgs would sign players early before this, unless they really just want to get their name out there. But these are smaller events. Maybe that Paris Games Week plan, they want to get their team out there, possibly. But a lot of them are very small, like 3v3 Europes. They're just weeklies on Thursdays for $2,100. Like, is that enough to sign players to an org to represent you? Who knows? Maybe, and maybe not. I'm not sure. We might see a lot of weird named teams in those tournaments because no one's going to be officially signed to these orgs. My guess would be, again, most orgs are probably going to sign them late going into 2024 now that they know it is in 2024 and it said it's going to be coming up in a few weeks, I think, or maybe over the next month or two. They'll announce more. In the coming months, it said, we will have more information on the 2024 return of the RLCS. So, it doesn't seem like there's much incentive for orgs to pay players monthly right now, but hopefully they do. So we'll see. I think, well, the offseason is good for players in terms of getting a rest and all that stuff. I think the hard part is if there's nothing big enough in the fall in terms of some other thing, World Cup, 1v1s, 2v2s, whatever it is, for orgs to get into, it might lead to players losing out financially. So that's a bit of a concern for players not on a org right now. They might be without one for the next 4 months, 5 months. So we'll see how that all plays out. And then we'll see what the announcement is in 2024. We still don't know that. And then on top of that, for myself, like personally, like, yo, I'm free. I'm free until 2024. So if anyone needs to hire someone for something, I'm your man. Come check it out. But I'm going to see if I can contact Rocket again and see if we can get some English viewing party streams on that, or at least just watch along with them. We'll have to see how that all plays out. But yeah, keep it up on YouTube. Keep watching, keep following, keep subscribing, commenting, all of that stuff. It's going to be a long off season for myself, so got to pay the bills, all right? But that is it. RLCS 2024, bunch of community events, a lot of smaller ones going down throughout this fall. Probably see a lot of interest in team combos, so let me know what team combos you would like to see. And do you think teams are going to figure it out right away, or do you think there's going to be a lot of different rosters coming through these, like the draw? There's 4 different events. I could see players being on 4 different rosters in those events. So let me know what you think about all of this in the comments. Thank you guys for watching, and we'll see you next time.